Hey, how's it going? Ninja Kitchen used to rule the roost with their Ninja Foodie pressure cookers a couple of years ago, but those all got discontinued. However, they're coming back into that segment and they've just released the all-new Ninja Hyperheat pressure cooker. In this video, we're going to unbox that thing and see what's different. So you ready? Let's get into this. This is the Ninja Hyperheat pressure cooker with Simply Serve Pot, whatever the heck that means. They typically pack these in really eye-popping boxes, but those often get thrown away, so who cares? One thing I did notice about this though is this. It's got a 1200 watt base with a pressure lid with non-stick ceramic coating for easy cleanup. So thank you, Ninja, you finally managed to disclose what your non-stick cooking surface is on the box, so I don't have to spend an hour looking for it online. Anyway, let's get this open. I am seeing this at the same time you are, because I like doing these unboxings live in front of you. I always felt like you get a Christmas Day kind of feeling when you open brand new stuff up. And it's kind of nice to be able to share that. Hopefully you feel the same way. Okay, we got our manuals and stuff right on top. Let's see what they gave us. Okay, we got our manual right here. You don't want to lose that. Has a list of all your parts in case you need to replace stuff. Some pretty thorough information about how to operate this thing and how to properly treat the pressure lid. That is really a big deal because if you don't handle a pressure cooker properly, you could hurt yourself. And that is part of the reason that Ninja hasn't made a pressure cooker in a very long time. Okay, if we get down into the back, we have more control stuff. We have additional accessories, we have cleaning and maintenance, and probably in the back, we got a troubleshooting guide, which you hopefully never need to use. Be sure to keep that in a safe place. Okay, next we have our quick start guide right here. And it's a little bit like the user manual, but it's all condensed down so you can just kind of get the cooking right away. And everything is in color. Right here you can see all of the different cooking functions and an example of what they do. And you've got a cooking guide over here with temperatures and times and everything else. There's some guides on how to cook different types of things in this machine. And in the back, you probably got a few recipes. And you do. There's some Parmesan risotto, steamed teriyaki salmon, and actually a whole lot of cooking guides. So really just a couple of different recipes, but nonetheless, you want to keep this handy just in case you're having trouble figuring out how to use your machine. Okay, what do we got? Power cable hanging out right there on the edge. And that is the handle, so that's just poking through this. So we'll pop this top styrofoam off. And it looks like everything is inside the pressure cooker. So we'll just lift this whole thing out and see what we got. Okay, we'll set that down. When you take it out of the box, be careful because if you're twisting this lid, you can actually pull that lid off. You don't want to twist this when you lift up and then drop that base back into the box. It would kind of suck to bust your machine before you even get the plastic off of it, right? Good looking machine. We'll get all this extra packing stuff off here. Okay, we have our power cord in the back here. That is about 2.5 feet long. So not too long, not too short. That's fine. We have our main control panel in the front. Kind of looks a lot like their old pressure cookers. And if we turn this around, we have the drip tray sitting here in the back. Just remember that this has to be emptied out once in a while. Otherwise, you're gonna be dripping all over the place. And that's really gross just to leave stuff in there. Overall dimensions of the machine, from the back of the drip tray to the front of that button, it's about 14 inches. Handle to handle, we're looking at 15 inches. And from the bottom to the top, which would be the top of the handle on the lid, we're at 12.5 inches. So it's a little bit smaller than the previous pressure cookers. Now this isn't like their old pressure cookers where it had air fry and pressure cooking. This has pressure cooking and a bunch of other functions, but no air fry mode. What? That might be disappointing to some people, but it'll also be welcome to a lot of other people, meaning that the cleanup on this is probably going to be a lot easier. The way the lid comes off is it just twists and then you just lift it up just like that. This was actually the source of a problem for Ninja, and it's part of the reason they haven't made a pressure cooker in so long. Evidently, you were able to take these lids off with pressure still in the machine. And you can just imagine what might ensue if you did that. Even right here, there is a warning about how to take the lid off, how to avoid dripping burning hot stuff on you when you take the lid off, and how to use the pressure valve back here. We'll take this off. Basically, if you don't know, if it's in this mode right there, all the pressure is sealed inside. And if you have it set to vent like that, it can release the pressure and you're not supposed to take the lid off until all that pressure is gone. That little red thing in there is just a pressure indicator. It can tell you whether the lid is sealed or not based upon how high or low that thing is. If you look at the inside of this lid, you can see it is just a pressure cooker lid. It's got a rubber seal here, so that has to be taken out and cleaned every so often, obviously. But you can see that there's no air fry stuff or anything laying around here, so that's really easy to clean. This is stainless steel on the inside of here, and the exterior of this is plastic, just like the exterior on the rest of this machine here as well. Looks like these white parts on the front might be aluminum or something like that. Whatever it is, it's painted this color. If you buy one of these, they come in 4 or 5 different colors, and really the only difference is this panel right here. We got our cooking pot right here. You can see an indentation on the outside for all the markings on the inside for your different measurements. I don't even think you can see that on camera. That's hard for me to see standing right here. See if I can get it just the right light for you. Yeah, right there. This is an aluminum cooking pot because you can tell by how light this is, but it's got this painted surface on the outside, and it's also got the ceramic coating on the inside for your nonstick. So it is non-toxic. So no Teflon here. And the capacity of this pot is about 4 liters or 18 cups. If you look down the machine, we just have our heating surface. This is got sort of a radial pattern on it. Try not to get anything on this because these things are notoriously hard to clean. Actually, I'm glad that they did this in a dark color because normally it is the same color as this pressure pad right here. And any little thing that gets burned on there gets on there permanently, it seems like. So after you've had it for a while, it starts looking pretty gross. Not sure what the inside of this is made of, probably iron, I would believe. And that's because these slots up here have to be really, really strong because if those bust off, then the lid is gonna come flying off. And that's really it. We don't get any accessories or anything. Okay, put the pot back in there. We can stick our lid back on, snap that into place. And I'm gonna plug this thing in and we're gonna look at some of the features. Honestly, I'm sort of bummed that we don't even get a rack for this. That's kind of a first. Okay, turning this on, we got several different functions. You've got pressure cook, sous vide, rice, pasta. And then on the other side, you got slow cook, sear saute, steam, and yogurt. At the bottom, you got your power button, your stop and start button, and you got a separate keeps warm function down here. And you got temperature and time buttons at the very top. So for instance, if I want to do a slow cook, I could change the time by clicking that. It'll start blinking, and then I can turn this up and down to change that. Or I can do the temperature button and it's set to high. I can just go high or low on this. And functions like pasta and rice would just give you an actual time. And that's about it. No temperature changes. All right, so we're gonna do a little test on this machine now just to make sure the thing actually works. And I think we're gonna cook some white rice because I just happen to have some sitting over on the side. So we'll grab out this pot. We're gonna throw in some rice and we're gonna give this a quick rinse. After we get that rinsed, we'll pour in some fresh water. We'll level all this out and we're gonna throw this back into our machine. And we'll pop on the lid, seal it up, and we wanna make sure that the pressure valve is in the seal position. Now all we gotta do is set this to rice. It defaults at 8 minutes, so we're gonna leave it right there. So we'll go ahead and start up and see what happens. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Okay, the rice just got finished. It cooked for 8 minutes, but it took about 10 minutes to build up the pressure. So we're talking about 18 minutes or so to cook our rice. Now we're just gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes to let that pressure come down naturally. And after that, we'll release whatever remaining pressure there is in the pot before we try to open it. That's important. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's release that pressure. Just remember that when you flip this over to vent, all of that steam is going to be coming out of the center. So pretty good idea not to have your hand in the way. And when it's not making any more noise, we can take this off. So you want to turn it slowly. Just remember that if you're turning this and it's difficult, don't do it because it means there's still pressure in there. And when you turn this and open, you lift it up sideways like this because you want to make sure that you're not dumping water all over the ground. Okay, now let's give my rice a quick stir. And that is looking really good. Nice. Well, the Ninja Hyperheat pressure cooker doesn't have as many features as the old Ninja Foodies did, but it looks like it might be a lot easier to clean too. And if that turns out to be correct, it'll be a rarity on the Ninja Kitchen line. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be trying all kinds of different recipes in this pressure cooker, and once I have enough information for you, I'll be back with a full product review. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Ninja Hyperheat, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you find anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay, 1 cent. Hey, Joe's Phenomenal now has channel memberships. For most people, you can see a join button down below the video window that you can click and see what type of perks I'm offering. If you're using an iOS device, you might not be able to see it, and if that's the case, I do have a link down in the description of the video as well. If you like this video, but you don't think the Hyperheat's really doing it for you, I do have a playlist right here that's got reviews and unboxings for all of the other pressure cookers that I've done in the past. If you look in there, you're bound to find something that tickles your fancy. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon. Until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.